is life. It is the most precious asset on planet Earth. Latin America concentrates more than 1/4 of the freshwater reserves in the world. And almost half, or 12% of this wealth is in Brazil. And it is here in Frutal, Minas Gerais, on the margins of the Rio Grande, that the City of Waters is being born. The City of Waters could not have a more privileged strategic location. The Triângulo Mineiro, where the Rio Grande and the Paranaíba River join each other to form the Paraná River and the Prata Basin. The Triângulo is in the middle of the country, above the Guarani Aquifer, one of the largest underground water reserves in the world. The region's biome is the Cerrado, a veritable reservoir that supplies major rivers. These rivers produce electrical energy and irrigate the lands that transform the Cerrado into one of the most productive food-producing and sugarcane biofuels regions. The first step toward the creation of the City of Water is the implantation of unesco-hidroex, a center that UNESCO has proposed and is being implanted in partnership with the Brazilian and Minas Gerais governments. Hydroex is for the model and orientation of UNESCO IHE from the Netherlands, the only Category 1 UNESCO institute established for education for waters. Recognized by UNESCO, Hydroex has received the noble mission of acting in favor of water education in Latin American countries and in the CPLC, Community of Portuguese Language Countries. In order to fulfill its objectives, UNESCO Hydroex has begun to set up its network of partners. In the international arena, the partnerships have designed a map covering several countries. They have already signed cooperation agreements with the UNESCO centers in Algarve in Portugal, Dundee in Scotland, Tsukuba in Japan, Washington in the United States, Tehran in Iran, and Leipzig in Germany, a center specialized in underground waters, which will facilitate the research on the Guarani Aquifer. UNESCO Hydroex also relies on the support of Green Cross International, created by Mikhail Gorbachev, ex-president of the Soviet Union, and of the Cousteau Foundation, directed by Francine Cousteau. The Brazilian Center has achieved the recognition of the World Waters Council as an innovative creative proposal. On the national level, several institutions have already adhered to the Hydroex project, and it was exactly this that led to the conception of the City of Waters, an ample space of interaction and dialogue among institutions that want to develop research, generate knowledge, and produce formation in water resources management. Hydroex began having as its main partner UENG, the State University of Minas Gerais, which already has a 12,000 square meter campus and 1,500 students in the City of Waters. Its structure has 66 classrooms, an amphitheater, laboratories, as well as a master's degree program in environmental sciences. Other universities are associating to the project. The Federal Universities of Minas Gerais, Viçosa, Triângulo Mineiro, Uberlândia, Ouro Preto, Lavras, as well as PUC Minas, the Catholic Pontificate University. Together, they will make up the thematic condominium of higher learning institutions and research and development in the area of waters, a pioneering project to be implanted in partnership with the Government of Minas and the Ministry of Education of the federal government. In a second stage, the Library Research Support Nucleus, Restaurant and Laboratory Complex, and the Hydroex Distance Learning Facility will be built, in addition to the campus of the Federal University of the Triângulo Mineiro and the Cousteau Space for the Waters, a partnership where the Cousteau Foundation will exhibit its collection inside the City of Waters. The Cousteau Foundation and the UNESCO Hydroex will begin an educational program designed by SECTES and the State Education Secretariat of Minas Gerais, will work with students from the State Teaching Network, starting with the appreciation of the local reality as a manner to arrive at a global attitude on the theme. Another partnership is the NURIE, Reference Nucleus and Innovation in Water Resources and Irrigation, a major initiative that unites the National Waters Agency, ANA, and Embrapa. NURIE will have a demonstration field on irrigation close to Hydroex and an experimental field on the margins of the Rio Grande. With this, research and teaching will go out of the laboratories and classrooms to practical activity. That is also the case of the Forest School, an area of forest reserve conceded by the Mário de Almeida Franco organization in the municipality of Frutal to record the species of fauna and flora and for research and extension work of the students. From inside the Forest School, the research boat will leave, whose purpose is to offer space for 40 students to study the river bottom and questions connected to waters. In Minas Gerais, 10 operating stations are being projected. The first one is the revitalization station of the São Francisco River, which will operate in Pirapora and Buriticeiros. In Brumadinho, a partnership will be implanted with UNESCO, the Inhotim Waters Observatory, which intends to follow the waters cycles in the world. Other stations will operate in Capinópolis, Uberaba, Passos, Caxambu, São Lourenço, Conceição do Mato Dentro, Lagoa Santa, and Diamantina. With unesco-hydroex and the City of Waters, the government of Minas Gerais has taken the initiative upon itself to propose a joint effort, proving that it is possible to change the situation of recovery and preservation of the world's natural resources for the better. unesco-hydroex and the City of Waters are initiatives of a mature Brazil that wants to give examples of environmental responsibility and of commitment to the future, starting with education for waters.